Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Atlanta Grill Company. Today I'm going to fire up the Kamado Joe Classic, and we're going to use the soapstone to make some really nicely seared sea scallops. So let's get started. We're going to get this project started. I'm going to show you how I'm setting up my Classic 2 to do searing with a soapstone. You could do the same project with cast iron, or you could even use a cast iron pan if you want to, but I'm going to put my rack in the low position over here on the left side, and then I'm going to set my soapstone in place, and then I'm going to set my other rack up here on the higher side. And if you want a heat deflector under the right hand side, you can do that, but it's not going to be a real requirement in my case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the grill up, and we're going to use the fireboard, and I'm going to set the fireboard to run my ambient dome temperature at 350 degrees would be good, and that'll get my soapstone hot enough to sear and do everything we want to do. So I'm going to engage the fireboard, like I said here, to run the grill at a temperature of 350 degrees, and we're going to let the fan control everything. Okay, my grill's up to temperature, but the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take my little cast iron Finex saucepan here, put some butter in. I've got a diced clove of garlic and a little bit of diced shallot. I'm going to put that in there. And we're going to set this on the grill and let that melt. Okay, I've let that butter, well, looks like I almost lost that there, huh? I've let that butter steep here for about 10 minutes. And the next thing I want to do is shake in a little bit of our Atlanta Grill Company River Street Seaboard. I'm going to put maybe a teaspoon or so of that in there. And I'm going to give it a little stir. And I'm just going to pull this guy off and set it aside. I just want it to be hot, and it's hot, and then we'll get to cooking these scallops. I have taken my scallops and I have hand dried these guys with dry paper towels to get them as dry as I can, and I actually put them in this bowl on a paper towel and put them in the refrigerator for about an hour to get them dry as possible. When you're going to sear something like this, these things are mostly water, so you need to get them as dry as possible on the outside to get a good sear. So I want you to have a peek at the soapstone here. I've got temperatures on my soapstone around 475. That's going to be that's perfect searing temperature, so this technique works really well. And what I want to do to start with is I'm going to drizzle on just a little bit of avocado oil here onto the surface of my soapstone, and I'm going to give that a minute to let that avocado oil get nice and hot. It's going to take it just a few moments. It won't take long at all. The rest of this cook is going to go with the lid open, so I'm going to bring my iron pan here with the butter on it back over the fire and let that stay warm, and then we're going to set our scallops on. And that's what you want to hear. You want to hear that sizzle when you set these guys down, and you can practically watch these things cook. All of mine aren't quite the same size, so they're gonna be a little different, but you can watch it, and we're just going to keep an eye on these, and I want to press those down to make sure I get nice good contact on these. As your scallops are cooking, you know, just occasionally pick one up and have a look and see where they're coming along. You know, you don't have to just depend on everything. That one's starting to look pretty good, so we're just going to let these guys keep on going, and then we'll flip them when I've got that really nice sear on each side. Okay, a couple of these guys I think are ready to turn. That's looking pretty good. That one I'm going to give a little longer. That one's good. I think that one looks pretty good, and we're going to give that one a little bit longer also. But man, these guys are looking fantastic. Okay, and after about 30 more seconds, I think my last two here are about ready to turn. Those look pretty good. And guys, you just have to watch these scallops cook. They're changing color. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but they're becoming more opaque and white, and you just have to watch them. If you want to use a thermometer, you're going to target probably 140 degrees here, just like you would on shrimp or lobster. And as these guys are finishing up, I've brought my butter back over here to keep it nice and warm, but it's ready. These scallops are going to be coming off here in just a minute, so we'll take those off. Okay, these guys are ready, so I'm going to pull them off and then we'll have a look. So I took a moment here to kind of preheat this little cast iron pan a little bit. You don't want to put hot scallops on a cold plate or a dish. So what we're going to do now is take some of our butter that we made with the garlic, shallots, and the Atlanta Grill Company River Street Seaboard and drizzle it right over the top of these things. And guys, you have a top-notch plate of scallops here. Guys, you're gonna have to give this a try. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is John Setzler with Atlanta Grill Company.